Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. We'll get started in a second here. Let me go ahead and get my video up so I can see your guys' comments. Alright. There we go. Excellent. Oh! What the heck, Boba Fett? Boba Fett just took a dive off the table. Alright, so, as you guys know, they're re-releasing the Masters of the Universe movie figures. I did a video on it already, and it came up about, it'd be kind of cool if we had some more figures besides just these two for classics. I mean, I know we did get a couple of these. Did we get two of these or just one? Could have sworn we got two of them. Guess we only got one of him. But we did get two of this guy. It was kind of weird to get two of Craig's. We got the blue, and we got the gold and black version. And then, of course, we got Blade, which is basically a Triclops version for the movie. And then we got the Goldenrod Skeletor. So, no Tila, no Man-at-Arms, no bunch of other figures. We're missing a ton of figures. So, we got Gwildor, that's right. Gwildor! Da-da-da. So, we got some figures. No Kevin, no Julie, no Lubic, no Earthlings at all. No Beastman. So we're missing just a bunch of different figures that could have been released, in the line, which would be kind of fun. It'd be fun to have a Kevin and Julie 2-pack. No Evil Lynn. Who else was in that? Oh, well, that was him I'm thinking of. I don't know. We just are very few figures. And one that I talked about making for a while was a Lubic. I wanted to make a Lubic figure, and it's like it shouldn't be that hard to make a Lubic figure. And let's see, the Wax Ryan says, "Yeah, I'm into this." James Tolkien played Lubic, and he's a fantastic actor, still working at 91 too. Yes, the guy is a great actor. I remember watching Back to the Future and seeing him as the principal. I think I mentioned this story earlier about in the show. His last name's Strickland. And in the alternate version of 1984, whatever year it is, it's all vigilanteism and road warrior-like, and these guys run by and, eat lead, Strickland, and they start shooting up his porch where he's at, and he jumps behind there and pulls out his shotgun and starts shooting back at him. And so I have a friend at work whose last name is Strickland, and I said that to him one time, and he looked at me like, what? Because he's never seen the Back to the Future series. Like, what? You've never seen Back to the Future and your last name is Strickland? Really? Crazy, dude. Anyway, so, here is Lubic. And I tried to find some reference pictures of him, and he has kind of his dark jacket on. And, there he is. And so, that's funny, that jacket's lighter. He's got more than one jacket in the movie. I never even realized that. I mean, it's just the lighting. It's just the lighting. And of course, he has the red stripes on his tie. And, he's just quite the character. And of course, when he gets to Eternia, in fact, someone did idea what he should look like as a figure, and that would be totally awesome to have him look like that as an action figure. Now, I wanted to find when he's on Eternia at the end of it, and he's sitting around. There he is, and you get a glimpse of what he looks like on Eternia, and and it looks pretty happy. But of course, his clothes are not completely different. So I've often contemplated, should I make the Eternia version of him, or should I make the version of him from when he was on Earth? And so it all depends on how you want to, do you want to reenact the movie, or do you want to have that it's already happened? So, That was the idea. So I was looking at some figures. Let me go ahead and go to Big Bad, because it's one of my favorite places to go. And I was looking at Boba Fett. Just at the last video I did when I was talking about the new movie figures. And I was thinking about getting Boba Fett. Oops, what am I doing? Delete, 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 delete. I don't want to type it up there. Type it here. Boba Fett. F-E-T-T. Go. And I was thinking the unhelmeted version of Boba Fett looks a lot like the actor or the character, you know, and granted it doesn't look exactly like him, but it's close enough that for an action figure it could work to be our Detective Lubic. I could see that. And his head looks, it sounds bad, but kind of fat. I'm like, a fat head would work. So I'm kind of excited about getting this figure, and I find there's more than one figure that has the bald head. Now I can't find it. The other one. Anyway, so I decided to go to Amazon to pick it up because it costs less on Amazon than it did on Big Bad Toy Store. So I picked him up. Here he is. Here is my Lubic head. Whoop. The head of Lubic. And to my surprise, he does kind of look like Lubic. I could see it. But he has like this war paint on him. I don't know if you could see it or not in the picture in the video here. But he has like this purplish paint on his face. Now, it's not that big of a deal. You know, I can easily wash that off or leave it if I have like Lubic's, you know, been busy getting into trouble or something. But then when I pulled him back and looked at him, and it's funny, all day today I thought about, okay, how am I going to do this? You know, am I going to get a regular body for him so he looks like he did in the movie, or am I going to get a Masters of the Universe body and make him look like, you know, one of the heroic warriors? You know, I was really debating back and forth how I was going to do this. And he also has a gun in the background, which is very similar to a shotgun, so I was just going to alter that a little bit and just call it a shotgun. And then somebody told me about a character called Dr. Loomis. Dr. Loomis. And he comes in a 2-pack, and I thought, you know, that would work great. So here is Dr. Loomis, and he comes here like this with this hard plastic, or this plastic coat and plastic sleeves, and his arms actually come off and make brown, so you can use the brown coat too. Or he comes in the cloth version. Now the cloth version is actually 8 inches, so he's too big, but this version is 7 inches, and that probably work just about right for the classics figures. So I was all excited to get this figure and use it, thinking, okay, this will be pretty cool. It's not exactly the right color. Maybe I could put a brown wash on it. Maybe I can use the brown sleeves and then just put the brown wash on the overcoat. But anyway, so there's the figure that I was going to use to go with the head, which will work pretty good. And if you want, I have a link in the description if you want to get your own Loomis figure in case you want to make your own Lubic figure. But where I ran into problems, they're just in the brown coat. And basically they just pull off the outer coat and swap the arms. So if you can imagine that outer plastic coat comes off and the arms swap out. So anyway, I thought it'd be a cool way to do it. So, needless to say, that when I actually looked at this figure and put him next to He-Man, I realized his head would be a little bean head next to a classic figure. Now, in the picture I saw, his head looked kind of fat, you know, in the actual picture I saw in Big Bad Toy Store. So, hey, not all bald guys look alike. That's funny. Actually, to me, his eyes look a lot like Lubic too. I don't know, just like a Lubic action figure. Maybe not like the actual actor, but I could see it as a Lubic action figure. But his head's way too small. I mean, it might work with a Revelation. Let's go ahead and get out a Revelation figure. Even though they're taller, they do have more bean-sized heads. So if you were going to make your own Lubic figure for Revelations, that'd be the way to go, is to get a Dr. Loomis and then get this Boba Fett figure and then put the head on there, and you would have yourself a pretty good representation of Detective Lubic. So that would work. But for classics, there's no way. The little bean heads just would not match anybody else in the planet. Even He-Man, who has a little bit smaller head than this He-Man, it's still not small enough. So there you go. So I'm not even going to open this Boba Fett. I was going to open it up, do a review, and call the video review of Boba Fett. But being that I don't really collect a lot of Star Wars, just a few things. If it was the other Boba Fett figure that was also without a helmet, I would have opened the figure and kept it. But since it's this one, it's like, this one's not really, oops, oh, there it goes. This one's really not that spectacularly cool. It's alright, but I'll probably stick them on my shelf. We'll probably sit there forever. Let's see, someone asked, Todd, how do you remove He-Man's hair? That is an excellent question. Basically, you just heat his head up, and then once you heat his head up, you can just pull it off. It's really hard to do. The glue has to be snapped off to do it, but it can be done, and it is a pain. It's easier to do with the older heads from 2008 than it is the newer heads that came with Ular. Alright, let's take a look at your guys' questions. I love Halloween 3. That actor reminded me of Dr. Loomis. Yet another fantastic actor, yes. Let's see. Hey, slackers. Oh yeah, that's right. That was hilarious. You slackers. Your dad was a slacker too. Comes from a whole line of slackers. Anyway, so that is really all I had. I know it's a pretty short video, but I was just a little disappointed about his head being so small. I was hoping to have this be a video of my triumphant building and making of a Lubic action figure. Well, like I said, even though his head looked fat in Big Bad Toy Store, it really is not. It's a very small. Of course, you can see the figure itself is very small. I mean, his shoulders are pretty small there, because most Star Wars figures are. But I just thought he might have had an oversized head for a Star Wars figure. Oh well. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. I might make some more tonight. I'm not sure. I do have another monster printing. This is not the printing one. This is the actual one I finished the other night. And I did get some paints for the eyes tonight. I went to the craft store to get them. So that should be getting made soon. So cool. Those are getting made. The one I'm printing now has this arm down, this arm up, and his body's kind of twisted and his head's kind of up like he's roaring. So a little bit different configuration. And then I'll mirror that one and make another one, so the other arm will be up, and I might mirror this one too and make 4 that are different. And then I want to make a 5th one. I'm not sure how it's going to look. Alright, looks like you guys have been watching some of your videos about painting figures, because I'm getting ready to do my first custom figure. Nice, Black Phoenix 77. I'm too drunk to be a slacker. That takes effort. That's funny. Eric says, hey Todd, how was your day? Wow, you bought them. Yep, my day is going good. Today was pretty easy at work. Most people took the day off, so it made my day pretty easy today. So it's kind of cool. His head is crooked. What is the heck is going on there, Dolph? Hey, if you do get this figure, one thing you watch out for is if you turn him upside down, his boot knife falls out every single time, and it's really easy to lose. And so I've been tempted to use some poster putty or something in the bottom of the hole just to keep it in there, but I don't want to ruin the figure by shoving poster putty down there. But if you guys have any ideas on what to do to keep this knife from falling out so easily, just today I was like, oh yeah, that knife, gotta be careful with that. And I looked at it, it was sitting in my lap luckily before I stood up. But this is a cool figure. I mean, it's got his little dagger here on the side that comes in and out. Ugh. He's got his big sword on his back. He's got a gun on this side. I mean, Super 7 outdid themselves on this one. And the coolest thing about the Super 7 figure is he's taller. They finally made a He-Man figure that's actually taller than all the other figures. Whoa, my whole entire thing's ready to fall. I couldn't figure out why my camera kept leaning more and more. I have this thing clamped to a table, and it actually squished the table. Okay, let's see if I can... You know what? I'm just going to end the video now, and then I'll monkey with this later. Alright, you guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you guys next video. Let's see if I have any more questions to answer. You brought the moves. Oh, Eric, these are the old ones. This is not the new one. Nice, Black Phoenix 77. Yeah, do film the process. That'd be cool to see. Back to the Future McFly. Alright, until next time, good journey.